Oh my God, that's a pretty open-ended question. Could be here all night. From my experience actually in the professional and retail world, because when I came out of the professional world, I'd totally forgotten what it was like to trade with your own money. Now going back to what I was talking about earlier, where when I was 18, 19 years old at uni, getting up at 6 a.m., when lectures started at 9:10, I look back at that and now realize when I see retail traders, probably the most important thing is you have to be a self-starter. You have to be somebody who is highly motivated to go out into the world and seek out your own information and work for yourself. Now, if you're doing it within a company, when you're working for yourself, you're really working for the company because there's a big collection of individuals with all with self-interest called a company, essentially. And if you're on a trading desk, all of those guys, they're all thoroughbred self-starters, no doubt about it. You have to want to get up in the morning, you have to love the market, you have to seek out the information, you have to come up with innovative ideas, you have to be entrepreneurial, do business with your clients, and find ideas in the market that are going to make you a lot of money because the market hasn't realized the opportunity exists. So to get those ideas, you've got to go back to the basic, which is you really have to be a self-starter.
We'll take one more. Yeah.
Based on your experience in terms of trading, is there anything you can't learn from, as in when you trade by yourself, is there anything that you can't learn by working for investment banks? Meaning, as in if you work for investment banks, there are things that you learn which you can't really.
Well, traditionally the argument was the professionals see the order flow in the market, therefore they have an information advantage. Well, I can tell you, when you're sitting at an investment bank on a trading desk, internally, they think everybody else has the advantage. Because what they're doing is trading with, hedge funds. The hedge funds are coming in, and the market makers and the traders are taking the risk that the hedge funds are giving them. So they're using the bank's balance sheet to make prices to hedge funds. Now, a lot of hedge funds in the past have been what you describe as hot money. So they come in and they know something that you didn't know, and they take you out in a stock, and you'd be short, and they'd be long. And then the stock would move 10, 20% against you. At investment banks, traditionally the argument was from the outside, from the retail trader, and even from the hedge fund industry, well, they've got the order flow, so they know whether a stock's going down or whether a stock's going up, or an asset, yeah? Whereas the guys at investment banks think the information advantage is outside at the hedge funds because they speak to everybody, okay? No longer the case at the investment banks, really, in terms of order flow, because now everything's put in a machine. So, in the old days, you used to be able to take an order in a stock, and a lot of people would use the order to bully the stock around, push it to levels that they wanted it to go to. It just doesn't happen anymore. Everything goes in a machine, and then you've got other liquidity pools, like the dark pools, where people can trade without seeing counterparty, without knowing what level they're trading at until they get the execution, et cetera, et cetera. What's great about the internet is, honestly, now I came out the professional side and I've done 4 years of trading with my own money again. What's great about the internet is all the information is actually there. You can actually get it all for very cheap cost or free. But what's more important is actually knowing how to interpret that information and turn it into real hard dollars. So that's probably the most important thing.